Good morning. There we go. Hi. I didn't have a chance to clean my glasses. So let's fix that first. There's a hair stuck. I think that's a cat hair. I cannot read chat.
Well, that's kind of important.
I see toasts. A hot pad. It's on the floor.
Okay.
It's probably full of cat hair because he likes to sit on it. He thinks it's a really good spot to sharpen his claws.
Well, that's fine if that.
Oh, that's much better.
If that's what brings him, joy. I'll take that.
Oh, here you go.
We should even share.
Your turn.
Thanks. Morning, everybody. It is Thursday. It is almost the end of April, which means a few things. For one, it means that the year is a third over.
Fork is hot.
Sorry. Which is kind of wild. Because, like, I'm still in the mindset of, like, no. The year just started. Max says, you can't say that. That's illegal. That's kind of how I feel about it. I'm like, 2020 was fast. Don't get me wrong. But the first 4 months of 2021 have been crazy. I mean, just whoosh. I can't believe that it's went that quick.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is that since we're almost to the end of April, if you have not ordered any your mom stuff, you have 2 days. You have 2 days. So whether that's a mug or a shirt, with or without text, if you've been putting it off, you've got 2 more days. Passerby did a great job with the art, and it'll be around until the end of April, which is soon. Which is very, very soon. So, something to consider. And if you already have some of your mom stuff, and you're like, I am anxiously awaiting the next artist series piece, it is finalized, and we are very excited to show it off next week.
Yay.
Next week. So, yeah. Yeah, Becca says for Mother's Day. We didn't plan it that way, but yes. This would make a great, I don't know if this would make a great Mother's Day gift for Mom. Maybe for, like, a sibling. For Mother's Day. Would you get your sibling something on Mother's Day? It'd be kind of strange. Not impossible, but you could do it. And as a reminder, Mother's Day is coming up. I know some people desperately appreciate those reminders. It's coming up. So
Carly and I were discussing it last night.
Loon Boy says, if your sibling is a mom, however, there you go. We're finding ways in which our vague Zelda series merchandise works for all situations. Doesn't matter what it is. Anyway, so I've already seen several people ask how I'm feeling. I don't know. I just woke up. Yesterday I was still not great. So we'll see what happens today. I can't really answer for today yet because I haven't been up very long. So we'll see. One thing I thought about before I went to bed yesterday, though, is was yesterday better than Monday? Because Monday was like the first bad day of side effects. And I do feel that yesterday was better than Monday. So I think there's some good changes happening. Now, am I better? I wasn't yesterday. Yesterday was another day of like and I'm suddenly exhausted and I cannot function and my body feels physically weak and I'm going to collapse into the bed, which is just a really crappy experience. But, you know, despite that, there's still parts of the day I'm up for, so I'm working when I can, and I'm just trying to eventually get through things I gotta do. Vlogs are caught back up.
The quiche is hot.
I'm sorry. You did that. Like you decided how hot you wanted the quiche. Anyway, so yeah, that's a little update on me. Now you've continued to be good in terms of the side effects, right? You had that one day and you've been. Yeah.
Yep, just had the one day.
Yeah. So.
It was what, the day after I got the shot? And that was.
Yep.
Headache, dizzy, nauseous. Slept most of the day. And then. I'd say like halfway through Friday I was fine.
Good.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. I mean, you don't get to control it, you know.
I know.
You don't get to control it. So you just gotta you go for it. You get the jab, and then you're kind of rolling the dice. Like, how will my body react? I don't know. We'll find out. Also, I see some folks have noticed that we're very excited for the new Pokemon Snap stream that we're doing tomorrow night. Skip and Zelda doing the new Pokemon Snap game, and it's gonna be a fun time. There are over 900 new alerts being added for tomorrow. It's great. There's just some fun stuff that we have planned. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I can't wait to go back to the childlike wonder of
The first one?
Of the first one, because I actually really, really loved the first Pokemon Snap. So yeah. Some folks have some reasonable guesses. You'll find out tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. It's gonna be a very special, fun event.
Coffee.
Very, very special. We got 5 gift subs from Elby to Slam Pile, Mr. Dark Roast, Ronmon 1234, Mr. D 1718, and Nichard Rickson. It's a good name. Elby, thank you. The music has all been real chill this morning. Like, almost just ambience. Also, Aradesh, correct. This is fortunately something that both me and Chaz share. And it's a good combination. If you're gonna do something, do it right. And then once you've done it, be like, but what if there was more? It's fun. We got 12 months from Lord Mathapon, who says, wow, a year of delicious breakfast with some of my favorite content creators. I'm so thankful for everything you've done and all the laughs you have gave me, and here's to plenty more. Cheers to that. I hope there are more laughs, specifically this year. I know that everyone needed the laughs last year, but I hope that we're all laughing not because we need it this year, but because it's nice to laugh. Last year we needed to laugh to keep us sane. This year I hope the laughs are just
Coffee.
pleasure laughs? There's probably a better term for that, but you know what I mean. Like a laugh that's not necessary. Yeah, Chaba says more jolly. Yeah, more jollies. Is it jolly a pleasure laugh? I'm moving on. 3 months from Can McCann, who says, good morning. Hope you two in chat have a good Thursday. Thank you. Oh, a chortle. Renee says that is a word that is a great word, and it is not used often enough. I love chortles. Anyway, 32 months tier 2 from Drek. Gold Toast says, hello, grandparents. Almost 3 years. I can't believe it. I can't believe we've been streaming this long. It's been fun. It's been fun. August. I had to do the math.
August.
Okay, I didn't sound like that. It's not quite. That wasn't quite a good impersonation. Not quite impersonation. Real Toxic says, will you be watching the NFL draft today? I was unaware there was an NFL draft today, if that gives you any indication. The only sport that I've been able to keep up with in any reasonable capacity in the past bit of my life has been sumo. And I do that at the... I do that because Chaz keeps up with it and makes it where I have very little to keep up with. Yeah. I don't mind watching sports, but it's not like the first thing that crosses my mind, basically. Yeah, and Brandon's got a good point. Sumo's the best because it's 15 days every 2 months. Best part-time sport for me. Yeah, it's very low commitment.
Yeah.
And also those 15 days are like, that's it. That's it. Like, and if you miss one, like, it's like, all right, I'll just watch the next one. It's like, you got 15 days? Done. So, I do like that about sumo.
And there's always more to watch if you want.
True.
Because you can watch top tier, and you're like, I want to watch more, and you can watch the division down below that.
Thomas winks for sumo. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Thomas, for winking. Appreciate it. That's 4,000 from Aradesh, who says, something, chortle, and not half-assing things. Thank you, Aradesh. But seriously, we're not using chortle enough. We're really not. And the line between a chortle and a snicker is actually very thin. Like, it's obviously different emotions, but the line between the necessary sounds and body movements is actually very, very thin. These are things I've thought about before. And it's important that all of you think about them now as well. Puma says, chortle is a stronger snicker. Yeah. Yeah. Retired Jolly. Retired Jolly, now we have chortles. It's already such a great morning. I'm glad that we've had this discussion.
Yeah.
It's been important to me. We got 7 months from John Kid 91. Thank you, John. 6 months from Ignatius Spark. 250 days of pandemic walking. 100 pounds down. Good vibes to keep it rolling. Nice.
Congratulations. That's really great.
That's fantastic. That is super fantastic. I wish you continued good vibes, because that's no small feat. That's very difficult, and especially to keep it up for that long. But I think the big thing is to always remember that if you made it this far and you've done this, that you are capable of it and you can keep doing it. So I hope the rest of 2021 is fantastic for you. That's awesome. Love hearing stories like that too. 3 months from Cheese Saves, who says, crunch, crunch, crunch. Crunch, crunch, crunch. That's one crunch for each month. I know math. 18 months from Write the Book Ninja, who says, 18 months, another Twitch baby, but I've forgotten the name of the first one. Watching while editing a story project I'm working on. Please send good vibes because I don't know what words are anymore. I relate to that a little bit. Occasionally there's been times I've been working on writing something out. If you stare at any word long enough, it ceases to be a word.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most problematic ones is just the.
Yeah.
Like THE. If you stare at that long enough, your brain is convinced that that's not real. It's not a real word. If it is, it's certainly not how you spell it. I've been in that situation in school before and been like, 4 months from the insane musical thespian. This is my first time subbing myself, and I'm really happy to be here after being in school for so long. Well, thank you for the sub, and I'm glad you're here.
Noah said science words are especially problematic.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Can you imagine with things like nitrates and nitrites?
Yeah, and the other thing is that, like, some of those words that are really close like that, like, they're clearly different things. That's why we have different words for them. But they're close.
One turns into the other.
So if you're staring at something for a long time, your brain can be like, which one? Which one of these? Yeah, writing is, I mean, that's why we have editors. That's why we have people that come behind us and check our work. But that goes for anyone. Like if you're writing a paper in college and you have a roommate who is willing to check your paper. Also, they should be willing to check your paper.
Interventricular versus intraventricular? Are those inter
Inter versus
that's
intra.
The difference.
Yeah. Yeah, you should have a roommate that'll check your stuff. If you don't have a roommate that'll check, like if you have a roommate that like refuses to read your papers,
Thomas is right.
bad roommate.
Writing lab.
Oh, that's the other thing?
Yes.
Oh, do that. Do that. You probably get better results. A lot of people recounting vlogs from year one. It's a good vlog. It's a good vlog.
See, you can write, and you're good at proofreading because you always proofread all of mine.
I'm actually very good at writing. When I write, I can write very good informally. Mm-hmm. It also makes me a good proofreader because I can proofread formal papers, but when I go to write formal papers, I don't like it. Thomas says, can write very well. See, that's what I'm talking about. That right there.
Most smartest.
That's what I'm talking about. Formal, informal. If you need me to write you something, I can write it. Will it stand out academically? Like, no. But will it be good? Will it connect with you on a personal level? Maybe. It's possible.
I recently had to write a very long paper for something, and you read through it. And you were like, what are you even trying to say here? Use a comma. Apparently I don't use commas.
I've been proofreading stuff for Mal since we were in college. Mm-hmm. Like she would send me her paper and then I would go through it. And that's probably been your biggest problem for 10 years. Is I read your stuff and in my brain when I pause, there's no comma on the page, and I'm like, I'm a punctuation person. I really like punctuation. I use lots of commas. In like senior year of high school, I got into the M dash, and I just have never escaped the M dash.
I like semicolons.
In my head, they have slightly different uses. They overlap a lot,
yeah.
But they have slightly different uses. I use M dashes a lot.
See, I like semicolons because when I learned about them, my English teacher said that if you use one of these in your ACT essay paper, they're gonna notice, and it's gonna get you points.
Semicolons?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I use semicolons occasionally, but there's, it's different. If anyone's ever read anything I've ever written, they've seen M dashes. Like, anything. If you're on the Discord and you've seen anything I've written...
I'm sorry, Thomas.
Thomas gotta leave. This is too much of my job. Sorry. Try to make sure my,
Oatmeal isn't ice cold.
Yeah.
Thomas, I hope the roof is going well. I know that noise all day sucks. The hammering all day. Brendan says, imagine liking to use M- and not being able to type it on your work computer. You gotta make a shortcut. Aw, that sucks, Thomas. I'm sorry.
How do you do M- on Windows?
I don't know.
On Mac, it's
Constantly have it on your clipboard and nothing else.
On Mac, it's just Alt-Shift-.
Alt codes.
Yeah, that's not... I don't love the method on Windows for doing special characters. I'm not in love with it. Don't use them because that's reserved for fiction. Thomas got strong opinions. Yeah. Two hyphens makes it into an M-, right?
Sometimes.
Well. Yeah, I know a lot of the Mac special character keyboard shortcuts. The most important one is option 2, which is the trademark symbol. Because it's good for comedic punch. Because sometimes you need to put TM at the end of a word or phrase so people understand that it's
I find myself
thing.
needing the degree symbol, like when typing a temperature.
The degree symbol? Mm-hmm. That's option 0.
I know.
Yeah.
I use it.
I know these, man. I know these. If you're on an Apple device, you can use Option Shift K
to bring up the thing.
Option Shift K is the Apple symbol, which is not Unicode that is recognized universally. But if you use it, Apple devices will show a Apple logo. Yeah.
See, I like the phone because I can just, like, rest my finger on a letter and it'll show me, like, the accents and stuff.
Did you know Mac does that too?
I know.
Oh,
You just
okay.
press and hold E and it's like, oh, do you want accent aigu, grave?
Yeah. Now, you can do that where you hold it, or you can still get the accents yourself. So, for instance, if you wanted to write Pokemon, for the E, you can either hold E and it'll show you all the variations of E, or you can hit Option E, which is the correct accent, and then press E. When you do Option E, it puts the accent, and then whatever letter you type next puts the right thing there. And like, yeah, what Spooky Bill River says is true. Windows is inferior at special characters because, yeah, you have all your special characters available with alt codes, but it's much slower. That being said, how often are you even using special characters? So does it matter? Probably not. But on Mac, if you're using them very quickly, then you can, do the thing.
Kimikawa says, I just have a French keyboard installed. Yeah, I have the Japanese one turned on. So I go back and forth if I need it.
Francis, this has been macOS Power User Tips with Stephen George. I've got a lot. I've been using... I'm close.
You want to give a class on cameras.
Cameras, and I could do Macs too. I'm getting close to being able to say that I've been using Mac OS for half my life. I'm getting close. Not quite there, but pretty close. I mean, actually, when did I start using a computer? I was like 10.
I don't know.
I was 8, 9? I don't know. When did we have a computer? How old was I?
I remember
Maybe I was
using
8.
one in kindergarten.
If I was 8...
With the big floppies. And the screens were green.
If I was like 8 when we got a computer... I think I was probably about 8. When I was 8 when we got a computer, and I got a Mac when I was 18... I think we got a computer when I was 8. Maybe I was 9. I don't remember. But from if we say it was 8 to 18, that means I used Windows for 10 years. So from 18 to what am I, 32? So that's 14 years. So no, I have been using Mac OS longer than Windows. By a bit. Neat. Also, I'm more proficient with computers now.
Yeah.
Which is the bigger thing.
Did you not have computer classes like in elementary? No? Okay.
No. We had computer classes in middle school.
Okay.
Middle school was the first time I ever had a computer class.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first time I had ever taken typing. And it was something that, like, I was really interested in. I was like, I want to do good at this. And then I did. That's it. That's the whole story.
I remember going to the computer lab once in kindergarten or first grade. Like I said, they had the big floppies and the green screens. And second grade, I was in a different school, and we didn't do that there. But in third grade, we had like a weekly computer class doing typing. And the program, we had Macs when I was in third, fourth, and fifth grade.
It seems like a lot of elementary schools had Macs.
In that era, yeah. And the game we played was Pause Typing Party, and it would do like a lesson, and then you had like a test at the end, and then you would like, if you beat the test, you would like get that character, and then you would have all the characters in your party. And it was a kitty, and I was excited about that. Because of course that was.
Hi, Emmy. Morning. Before we move on from the Mac stuff, and now jump back into alerts, because Colin had said that they just really appreciated learning a little tidbit information like that. If you are someone that's using a Mac computer, and statistically 13% of you are, the little keyboard shortcuts, just so you know how this works, is either Option and any of the keyboard buttons, 0 through 9 and A through Z, or Option Shift, 0 through 9, A through Z. Those are all special characters. That's how you do special characters. It's either Option or Option Shift. And if you just open like a Word document and you just hold Option and just go through, you'll get to see what all of them are. So do Option and then do Option and Shift and do every single thing. And that's one of the reasons why doing special characters is so easy on Mac OS, is because you've got, what is that, 26 and 10 is 36 times 2, 72. So you got 72 special characters that are much easier to get to than typing in alt codes. And it's good. It's good. I like that. Anyway.
Option is Alt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same key. It's the same key. And it's always Option and Shift and never Command, because Command is for commands. If you use Command, that's, telling the computer to do a thing. So Command is never used for text stuff like that, because Command is specific to an application.
I know I've said it before, but when I was teaching, my school had Windows computers, and every time I would try to hit Option and I would hit Alt, or I would do something like slightly different, it would yell at me. It would be like, "Don't you mean this?" It was like it could tell I was used to using Mac OS.
Chryselium said, so Command is like Control. Yes. All of your keyboard shortcuts as a Windows user, if you were to sit down at the same application on a Mac, You would just turn control into command, and everything would work the same. The difference is Mac basically has an extra button because on Windows, your extra button is the Windows key, which is not typically used for keyboard shortcuts. It can be, but it's usually at like the OS level. It's usually not within an application. Whereas on Mac, command and control are used inside of applications, which means that we have another modification button for shortcuts. So it's actually really nice because having 4 mod buttons for keyboard shortcuts means that like a ton of things can be done as keyboard shortcuts. It's great. The new Windows one for snipping, Windows Shift S, for example, and then Chaz says Windows Shift S is selects, but yeah. So it's like a OS level button, whereas on Mac, Control and Command are both. I mean, anywhere you can use them anywhere. Anyway, neat. I love that sort of thing, and keyboard shortcuts are just super helpful in general. Whether you're using Windows or Mac, I always encourage people to get to know the shortcuts for every application you use, and to buy a mouse with extra buttons. You will be more productive, and you will save yourself so much time over the course of a year. It's well worth the investment.
When students would be on websites they weren't supposed to, that were not related to class,
Yep.
because we had tablets with keyboards when I taught, I would just walk past them and get rid of the tab real quick with the shortcut.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd be like, how did you do that? It'd be like magic.
The minute that you decide as a computer user to free yourself of moving the mouse across the screen, the minute you decide, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm only doing keyboard shortcuts. If you force yourself to do it, you will be so much faster. And it's one of the things that now, if I see someone moving around, I forget that's even a thing. Where I'm like, what are you doing? This has already taken you 1 extra second. Think about the months of your life that you're losing. It's important. And no, don't even get me started on Spotlight. That just...
You don't even use your phone to go to apps. You just use the search to get to everything.
Yeah. Like there's multiple pages on the iPhone, and I'm like, I don't need them. If I use something regularly, it's on the home page. Otherwise, I don't care where it is. It's in folders because I don't launch it from there. Spotlight. All right, let's move on. 8 mods from DJ Moore 15, who says, morning, you two. Just want to give some good vibes for anyone dealing with hail cleanup today in Texas and Oklahoma. I live just south of places that got baseball size or slightly larger yesterday evening, and the damage pics I've seen are not good. Is that the
That's
pictures?
what I showed you last night.
Mal was showing me pictures of that last night, and it was wild. There was, I mean, as you said, baseball size or slightly larger. We saw pictures where, I mean, it was this big, and it put holes in people's roof. Like, came through the roof into the living room and just...
That was not the only one that did that to that person's house either.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, good vibes,
it's
everybody.
It's the type of hail where, as it's falling, it, like, melts enough to get light enough to get thrown back up, and then gets more ice. So
it gets bigger and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hope everyone is okay. Because that's the sort of thing it's extremely dangerous. Not only is it damaging to the house, but like if it hit you, that's not good. The roof is going to break the fall a little bit, but it's gonna hurt. We got 8 months from Line Rider says, should have celebrated this on Tuesday, but my college had one of its 4 rest days, which replaced spring break to discourage travel, and I accidentally slept in. Oh well. Looking forward to my sub baby, who will almost have the same birthday as me. Well, I'm glad you're back, and I hope that you got to rest since it was a dedicated rest day. I'll be gifted a sub to Gene Bean the Hug Machine.
It's a good username.
I get that reference. 300 from Cassie. Today is my youngest son's 8th birthday. No big plans, but he is getting a new and bigger bedroom this weekend. Well, that'll be exciting. That'll be really exciting. I mean, it's something that that sort of thing is very meaningful to adults, right? Like being able to we've talked about it before, but just like moving furniture around in a room.
Was exciting as a kid.
Well, it's exciting as an adult. It's even more exciting as a kid. I think that...
Do you remember when your parents redid your room?
Yeah.
From the baseball theme to the...
Baseball?
Basketball theme to the...
I was offended. Like, how dare you think I've ever cared about baseball?
I don't know. Whatever theme you moved it to.
I don't think I had a theme after basketball.
You had, like, animals or something. Because there was, like, a little statue thing and, like, a footstool that had...
It wasn't really an animal theme. It was just there were some animal things in it. It wasn't really a cohesive theme.
My mom did like space in my room.
That's cool.
So she painted a blue bar all the way across the room, like pretty high up.
Yeah.
And then she stenciled suns and moons and stars with gold paint and then trimmed it all in gold trim. And then I had like a new quilt that had like suns and moons on it, and I had a blanket.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. The thing I was saying is, like, these are things that they're meaningful to adults. I feel like things that are meaningful to adults mean even more to kids. Everything when you're a kid, your perception of things is more grand. Like, you know, summer feels like it lasts forever, and a year is forever, and...
Christmas.
Yeah, like the build up,
parties.
The build up from the beginning of December to Christmas feels like a lifetime. So yeah, I think it's just really cool to do that for your son, because it probably means a huge amount to your son, because everything is like so big. Anyway, I remember being a kid, not always and not very well, but I remember it sometimes. I'm like, oh, that was fun. I had a good childhood. 4 months from One Weird Cat. Thank you. 300 bits from Aldo says, Steven, it's time for the most important question of all time. Sad green or purple?
Purple.
I love this alert. Purple only makes sense if you watched our Apple event video, and sad green means you were paying attention to Twitter last night. Also, the day that Apple releases something in sad green is the day that someone got promoted that shouldn't have gotten promoted. 12 bits from Slampile. Good morning to you. I should be working on college stuff, but listening to the Twitch grandparents is taking over. Well, in our defense, it's not long. It's a short show, relatively, to the day. So hopefully after the show, you get some college stuff done. It's nice to have something to wake up to.
Yeah.
You got to give yourself a pass to relax occasionally. And if you choose to use that time for a breakfast stream, that's fine. You gotta give yourself time to breathe. 300 bits from Quirkwaster says, I'm actually here this morning. The baby I sit... Oh no, it got caught. Maybe Quirkquest can catch us up on the rest of that alert. Because I think it was going to say the baby I sit for, and then there was other information.
Maybe the baby is asleep, but then the baby woke up halfway through.
Ooh, we're making this story come to life. The baby I sit, and then the baby wait. Yep, okay, I like that. Anyway, glad you're here. Yeah, or it's like it says broken phone IRL. Yeah. alert lore. 500 bits from Mr. Gameboy says, over 900 you say. I guess we're going to find out how well you know the poker app. You think you can name them all? Listen, I know the first 150 really well. And then everything past that is, the next 100, I feel like they should be kind of there. I played Gold and Silver when it came out. So we'll see. We'll see. I am looking forward to folks seeing the alert system tomorrow, because it's it's special. It's not just that there's 900 new alerts. I mean, that's part of it, but there's also some other changes. So you'll see how it works. It's great. 12 months from Olad, who says, heck yeah, 12 months. Can't believe it's been a year already. Time continues to behave badly, but at least I get to pass it with my grandparents. Well, hopefully the next third of the year will slow down.
I mean, having breakfast stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays helps me too. Know what day it is. Like, oh,
Yeah.
there's a breakfast stream tomorrow. That must mean it's probably Wednesday.
Yeah, it does. It helps give me a little bit of basis in, like, the timeline of the week. Because I need that help sometimes. 30 bits from Dark Overlord, who says, my copy of New Snap is arriving yesterday according to my parcel delivery service sent today. Not sure how they're going to manage that, but hey, Snap! Someone in our Discord had posted that they got it today. Which, you know, is different than arriving yesterday. But that's neat. If folks got it early. I don't know how Nintendo feels about things, but probably don't play it online. If you get a copy delivered to you today, or if you walk into a store today and they have it, as with most games, I would not play online. I don't know how Nintendo is specifically about that, but I would disconnect from the internet before you do that. We don't have a copy arriving, so we're actually going to go out and get it.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Don't worry, there's like 10 Walmarts in the county.
It's 10 Walmarts in the city, practically. Yeah, Walmart still does the thing where new games are $49.99 instead of $59.99. So if you haven't already picked up a copy of the game and you want to get a physical copy of the game, I recommend Walmart for new games just because you'll save yourself $10. So something to consider. 3 months from Nick Gamerforce, who says, love you guys. Thank you, Nick. Congrats on Plus. 300 from Slampile, who says, we got snickering and shortling, but which is the best? They're used for different things. You can't compare a snicker and a chortle. They got to be used for different times. They have their purpose. 9 months from Plusonic. It's great to celebrate this 9-month milestone here. I'm happy to say I'm going to be an uncle. Can I ask for good vibes for my sister's baby when it arrives? Take care, Stephen Mao in chat. Yeah, good vibes. And congrats. You'll be Uncle Sonic. That's exciting. That's exciting. I'm not an uncle.
No.
I had to think about it. I was like, how is it that I become an uncle? And I was like, Carly has to have a baby, and that's the only way I can be an uncle, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I'm not an uncle,
Coffee.
but I feel, yeah, Satsy says you're a god uncle. That's why I feel like an uncle, is because I've been given the title of god uncle, or godparent, or god something, before. That's why. Like, I think Austin and Nikki have told their kids to refer to us as
Aunt and uncle.
Aunt and uncle. And like, you know, that to me, I'm like, okay, so that counts. An uncle not by family, but uncle by heart. An uncle in the heart. We got 21 months from Bored Turtle with the good vibes. Thank you, Turtle. 300 from Lugia, who says, can I get some good vibes from my mom, who at the start of January this year fell and got a splintered fracture on her right upper arm, which also had a 75% tear in her rotary cuff, and then last week fell again and broke her left arm in the same place.
That's really rough.
Yeah,
Good
good
vibes.
vibes. That's particularly rough. That's one of those things of like the world, like nature itself. It feels like nature has it out for you. Whenever you have a problem with one arm, and then a few months later you have the same problem with the other arm. Yeah, that's good vibes. I sincerely hope that everything heals up well, and there are much fewer problems in the future, because really puts a bad taste in your mouth for 2021.
Yeah.
After the problems of 2020 being like, all right, finally a new year, and then, nope, actually, good vibes. Hope things improve soon. We got 30 months from Sapphire Becca. Says, Twitch didn't want me to share this on mobile, but I have prevailed. Got that plus again. Thank you, Becca. And, hey, 2 plus. 2 plus. 300 from Kimmy Z. Good morning, Stephen and Mal. I got my first COVID shot last Saturday. Had delayed reaction on Tuesday, but feeling better now. Have a great day. Another individual with delayed reactions. Glad you're feeling better.
I have to say, your reaction has been
atypical.
Atypical from
severely atypical
from everyone else I've heard.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled about it. One thing that I haven't had to deal with on the second shot side effects that I'm really grateful for is, after the first shot, I had a swollen lymph node for over 2 weeks, and it sucked. It was painful. Putting on deodorant was
painful.
Painful. I mean, really, really painful. And sleeping, especially for the first week that I had the swelling, was uncomfortable. I had to move my arms in a very specific way. Haven't had that for the second one, so I didn't have that for the second shot. I've obviously have had other concerning issues, but at least I haven't dealt with that.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. 13 months from Pete Cow. Thank you, Pete.
Someone asked if your cousin has a child, what's the relationship? There's a really good chart if you look it up, but I believe that's first cousin once removed. You use removed when it's a generation step.
People always forget about the once removed thing.
Yeah.
As soon as you see a chart with it, it'll make sense, but yeah. Once removed is a thing.
You use it going younger or older, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Next says, we don't use that in Scandinavia. Interesting. I mean, for what it's worth, we don't really use that in the U.S. either. Because I would say like 90% of people or more in the U.S. don't.
They pick a title that's pretty close.
Yeah, like I think most people in the U.S. don't really have a concept of that chart.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that chart's incorrect, but...
I looked it up when I was doing family tree stuff.
Yeah. Until it's displayed to you and you're looking at it, I didn't get the concept of once removed. So I had to, like, really see it to, like, understand it.
So my cousin Desmond's child is my first cousin once removed. Yes, because Desmond would be your first cousin.
Yes.
Your parents were siblings.
And you go down a generation because it's Desmond's child. So that would be first cousin once removed. It's Google the family tree chart or something. Like look up
something like
that. Google that and find a chart, an image you can look at, and once you look at it for like a minute or two, you'll be like, oh, okay, and then it'll make sense. But yeah, like Skid Scott says, I just say cousin. A lot of people do that, and
I think I'm auntie. Like they just call me auntie.
Like the amount. So the thing is, and this is kind of ties into what Mech was saying. The amount of times that you're going to have to
actually need that.
Need that, like. It's probably never. Like you're never going to actually need it. If you were being questioned by the police for a murder and you had to explain your family tree to someone, even then I don't think they'd be like, "Well, hold on. Was this your second cousin or was it your first cousin once removed?" Like even then, like
I mean, then I'd probably be like, "It was my cousin's child," or
yeah. So yeah. I think it's important that we have terms for these things because being able to define things in very specific ways is important. But are we ever going to need them or actually use them? Not really. Not really. Probably not. 30 bits from Colin, 4501 says, Kepi sell a meal. Wait. I think Kepi's cell phone's not even on.
I think Kepi is currently watching the water, grass, sprinklers that the golf course has up.
Oh my goodness! Ooh, you had the thing that I have all the time. That was great.
They're watering the golf course.
Okay.
I think that's what Kepi's watching this morning.
Yeah. I'm glad that it works in reverse. Like, you always know, when I have word disassociation issues, like, you know what I'm talking about. It works in reverse. I just don't get a chance to do it very often. Anyway, 31 months from Ultra House. Hey, Stephen and Mal, hope you're both having a good day. So far, so good. Better than Tuesday.
Yeah.
See if that continues. I can tell that because at the beginning of the stream, folks were asking how I was doing, and I said I just woke up, so I wasn't sure. I can tell that I'm not... Okay, I can tell I'm going to have some issues today. Because I'm having some light dizziness, light vertigo. And I could probably use some more sleep. So I might nap a little bit today, too. That being said, I do think it's going to be better than the past few days. So I think I'm getting better, fortunately. 300 Bits from Shy says, all this computer talk reminded me we had computer concepts in middle school. If you finished your daily work/exercise, you could browse the internet. I always went immediately to watch Toonami, and there were no screens or headphones, so everyone knew what I was doing. I was such an unapologetic nerd. I relate to that. Mostly for the fact that I remember going to the Toonami website when I was younger, and it was only dial-up internet, so you had to.
The photos would load like this, and then start back over to make them in focus.
Well, there were video clips, and if you wanted to watch a video clip, all the video clips first off were like, a minute long or whatever. That was it. But like you would choose a video clip, and then you would download it, and it would take like 45 minutes to an hour for like a minute long video, and it was at like 160p. It was just absolute garbage, and that was how you watched it. You loaded it up, and then you got a chance to see Goku go and that was it. That was the entire experience. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's just, I think that's, in terms of like generational gaps, and you talk about people that are, 10 years apart in age, I think that's the biggest one. Like, for our generation, internet speed is by far the biggest generational gap. Because you've got people that grew up in, even older than me, people that are 10 years older than me talk about, like, growing up and watching MTV when there were still music videos on it, which is something that was largely lost by the time that I was growing up in the 90s. The biggest generation gap between growing up in the 90s and growing up in the 2000s is internet speed, because the people today can't fathom watching a video clip at 160p and waiting an hour to watch it, Like, it's just, I think that by far is the biggest gap. Anyway, if you're in your early 20s and you don't remember that, I'm grateful you don't, because it sucked and it was awful. And I think the fun thing will be wondering what the big gap in the next 10 years will be. Like, the people that are in their early 20s now, the people that are in like their early teens, like, what's the gap for them? I don't know. I don't know if we figured that out yet. But at some point we'll figure it out, and that'll be interesting too.
I just saw a video like 2 days ago of I'm gonna guess he was like 19 or 20 at his grandparents' house, and there was a rotary phone on the wall. He thought it was a decoration.
Yeah.
And his grandpa was like, no, you can like dial out. So he had to teach this 20-year-old how to do the rotary phone.
Yeah.
And then he was like really impressed that it actually dialed his friend.
They work. They do work. Sab says, I remember old internet speed, but only a bit. It was mostly watching my siblings being frustrated by internet. I mean, it was frustrating, but it wasn't frustrating when that was all you had. It was like, you can only be frustrated by something
if you knew
there's something else.
Yeah.
You know, like when we first got internet, it was just exciting to have internet. Like, oh my goodness, you can go to a website and like you can go there and you hit the button and then you go like get a drink because it has to load the website.
And hope no one picks up the phone to make a call.
That's another problem, yeah. So, yeah, a lot of folks are saying that they thought the next generational gap was phones. Like people, but I don't know about that. People that are in their early 20s, I feel like they did grow up with phones. Because,
with cell phones?
Yeah. Because I had a cell phone when I was 15.
Yeah, same.
So anyone that's...
But not everyone did.
Sure.
Like, that's kind of when it started.
That was around the time. I had a Nokia brick for a long time. So I don't know. I don't know that that's necessarily the gap, because I think a lot of people that are in their early 20s now, they have grown up with a phone, with smartphones being a thing all their life. So I think that's already happened.
Chaz
I just don't know what the next
was the
thing
first person I
is.
knew that had a smartphone, and that was in 2008 in Chicago.
Yeah. Someone had mentioned touchscreens.
Yeah.
And I think that's a pretty good one, where people growing up now, people in their early 20s experienced life without everything being a touchscreen, because their early life with smartphones would not have been touchscreens. They would have had buttons. So that might be a pretty good thing, is that every person who is 12 right now knows how to operate a touchscreen, and will grow up in a society where everything is intuitive regarding touchscreens. You just know how to do it. So that might be a good one. But again, there might be something else that comes up, and we'll see. Yeah, and that's true. Next says my 9 to 10-year-old nephew has been able to operate an iPad since age 2 to 3. Yeah. I've seen that exact same situation with other people's kids, where they just... And I used 12 because I'm thinking 10 years before early 20s. But the truth is, kids from childhood just understand now how to operate touchscreens. Anyway, it's neat. It's super neat. Did you give cat tax?
I did.
Okay.
There he is.
Look at that boy.
He walked upstairs and then promptly laid down. It was too hard.
Couldn't make it to the couch. Just had to relax.
He's not even raising his head.
Yeah, I know. I looked at his.
To make sure he was breathing.
Yeah, for a minute I was like, hold on. No, he's good. He's just really, really relaxed. We got 300 bits from Platinum Pikachu. Says, so I'm currently 48 hours into having no hot water after the boiler broke down. I could use some of those good vibes. Also, I'm amused that the code for trademark is my favorite number, Alt 0153. Kind of clever. Yeah, good vibes, because that's, that just sucks. So I hope that things can be restored to normal function as quickly as possible, because not having hot water is a drag. Mm-hmm. 500 bits from Gamer Girl. Morning, Stephen and Mal. So my check engine light came on in my Subaru. I'm getting it checked out after work. Can I get some good vibes? I don't need any parts. Yeah. Good vibes.
Hopefully it's not serious.
Yeah.
My Kia had a problem for a long time where if you didn't tighten the gas cap enough clicks, the check engine light would come on.
I bet that was enlightening when you figured that out.
Yeah, it was a problem with
I bet that was aggravating, too.
That year. Mm-hmm.
We had a problem in the Escape. Was it the driver's side or the passenger side? Something with a...
Driver's side.
Driver's side with the sensor under the seat.
It's the... there was a cable that was to make sure someone was sitting in the seat, and if the chair had been pushed all the way back. The cable was just short enough that it didn't reach. And it would come unplugged a little bit.
Pretty big design flaw.
Yeah. And then it would turn on some alert on the dashboard.
Yeah. I forget what alert it was, but it was on nonstop all the time.
Because you needed the seat all the way back. Because you're 6.5 feet tall.
Yeah. 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 Odu says, if you fill the car with gas while it's running, sometimes it gets mad at you. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. We had to do that once when we drove. It was when we were driving back from China. I mean, we weren't driving from China, but when we were
Wisconsin.
Yeah, when we were driving back from Wisconsin and the car had died.
Yeah.
We had to put gas in the car, and I was like, I'm not turning this car off.
Well, if you just jumped a car and it needs gas, that's, I think, the only time you're supposed to do that.
Yeah, you gotta weigh your options, and the option of being stuck in Chicago trying to get a stranger to jump you and just leaving the car on. Just left the car on. 300 from Cabri. I'm taking care of my aunt post rotary cuff surgery. Her cat is not happy.
Rotator.
Yes. Rotary cuff. Rotator cuff surgery. Her cat is not happy about being away from his home. Could I get some of those patented good vibes for all of us? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope Kitty calms down a little bit. I mean, cats especially are creatures of habit, and they really don't like things to change. Mm-hmm. That's why whenever you're doing things in your own home, you have to like make small changes over time. But sometimes, you
have to.
Sometimes you have to. So you're just, as the human, you're just like, listen, Kitty, you gotta adjust. So hopefully Kitty can adjust and calm down a little bit. 9 months from Caitlin Rose Babita says, yay, 9 months, Twitch baby. Mao, can you name it?
Maria.
Oh, that's a girl. Maria. Oh, that's a good one. That's a song.
It's a few songs.
You're right. I can't think of any of them, but I know it is a song. By Brooks and Dunn? Is that the one I'm thinking of? I don't know. 300 bits from a Lost Vagabond. My dad is the youngest of 10, so I have cousins that are in their 50s, 60s with kids older than me. I'm 24 and I might have like 40 cousins once removed. That's a lot. That's a lot. Because I have cousins and I can't remember their names.
You don't have that many cousins. As someone who has a lot of cousins.
I have first cousins. I don't even have that many cousins. But I can't remember how many cousins I have, and I can't remember all of their names. And I apologize to my family.
2 on one side and...
I know the 2 on that side. I got 2 on my mom's side.
4 on the other side. Maybe 5.
See? You don't know either.
I haven't met them all.
Me either. Maybe. I don't know. Have you seriously not met all my cousins?
No. I have not met.
Oh, wait. That's a stupid question because I'm like, wait, I haven't even seen some of my cousins since we've been together. It's been 13 years. Yeah, I don't have that many, I really don't have any, much extended family. 2 on my mom's side. Mm-hmm. I have not
met them.
I saw them when my grandfather passed away in 2008.
Yeah.
We had only been dating 3 months and you weren't there. Mm-hmm. That was the last time I saw them. So it's been 13 years since I saw them. And then...
On your dad's side?
1, 2...
I've
4?
I've met 3 of them.
4? You haven't met the oldest one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I haven't met the oldest one since my other grandfather passed away in 2009. So it's been 12 years. And I've seen the other 3 when I saw them.
When I saw them.
Now, do I remember all of their names? Please don't ask that question. I actually don't know. 5 months from Markster says, I'm currently recovering from getting 7 teeth removed yesterday, and 4 of those include my wisdom teeth. Running on 2 hours of sleep, good vibes.
Have
good
something
vibes.
cold, like ice cream or Italian ice or gelato. That is my recommendation to you.
Also, my recommendation to everyone, just conceptually, is have gelato. Because hearing you say that word, I haven't had gelato in years, and all of a sudden my brain just lit up like Christmas lights. It was
Gelato.
like, gelato exists, and you haven't had it in a long time. And I'm like, I like gelato.
There's a new frozen custard place in North Myrtle Beach.
Oh, really?
I really want some. Or we could go to Culver's in Charleston.
If you're an ice cream person, if you like ice cream, because there's a few people now saying they've never had gelato. You gotta have gelato. I think I prefer gelato to ice cream. I don't have it very often, but I think I actually prefer it.
Frozen custard.
They're all good. You can't go wrong with any of these. Gelato is it's a different consistency than ice cream. It's, how do you define it?
I don't know. I can't tell the difference.
Oh, I can.
If you had given me both, I couldn't tell.
Oh, I can definitely tell the difference.
But
Ravencloak says gelato is better. I mean,
But
it's good.
I know frozen custard.
Well, you grew up at the...
I know. Someday I'll take you to Cops. The frozen custard place.
Four messages in a row that all do a very good job of defining this. Gelato has less air, smoother maybe, like a gel. I'd say it's creamier. Those are all accurate. It is a creamier, less airy. I guess to some extent it would be considered denser. Maybe. When you typically eat gelato, like if you eat ice cream, a lot of the times you eat ice cream with a normal sized spoon. When you eat gelato, a lot of times it's served with a really tiny spoon because it's rich, it's thick, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Your grocery store absolutely carries it. So my advice, if you've never had it and you like having things similar to ice cream, is get some gelato. Get some gelato this weekend. Get some for tomorrow for the stream. And they usually come, if you get like a small one, they usually come with its own spoon, and you just eat it with this extremely tiny spoon. It's very good. It's very, very good.
Kippies. Oh, big stretch roll.
You're so tired. You're so tired.
He is stretched out almost as far as he can go.
He's a good boy. 14 months from Toast Grandchild. 14 months. Kitten time. Thanks, chat and grandparents, for making each week better. You're welcome. Happy to help. 30 from Peanut Butter Surprise. Speaking of early 20s and online talk, I just finished my physical chemistry final, so I thought I'd celebrate with breakfast stream. Nice. To you and then everyone who is done with finals. Congrats. Congrats. I know that it's been a year. It's been a semester or a quarter. I know folks are very anxious to be done with stuff. So if you are done with stuff, then good. I hope you get a chance to actually relax. And if you're not done, I wish you well as you finish up, because I know that it's been a rough school year. 32 months from Perendry. Have been fully vaccinated since the end of February. On another note, didn't get my first cell phone until I was 18, and that was in 2000. Let's see. I'm trying to think when I got my first cell phone. Mine
was 2002.
I think I was 15. So it would have been 2004. That sounds right. Yeah, I was 15 in 2004. That's when I got mine. And I had the Nokia brick for a while. My mom's philosophy on things, which is a philosophy that I've largely carried as well, kind of instilled in me from my parents, is that if it's not broke, you don't get a new one.
That's why we kept the Ford Escape this long. Until last year.
Yes. It's true. So, even when, there were so many classmates that had newer phones, they had like the Razor was like the phone.
My dad had
phone.
one.
Because of that, I still had the brick, and everyone was like, "You still have that brick?" But the
You
good
didn't
thing
get
was,
a smartphone until I knew you. Like, I had a smartphone before you did.
we were married.
Yeah.
Well, okay, yeah, it depends what you consider a smartphone. Because I had a that touchscreen Samsung, the old one.
But it couldn't do anything.
It could, but I didn't have data. I didn't have a data plan until we were married.
Yeah, I think that's when you switched
When
it.
when I got an iPhone 5, my first iPhone, that was when I finally had data.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had multiple phones over the years that, like, they had browsers, but I couldn't, and it was one of those things that if I accidentally clicked it, I was like, oh god, oh no, 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 like I'm hitting end as fast as I can to close it, because I didn't have a data plan until...
We were married.
Yeah, I don't know when exactly. Yeah. Also, that's not wrong. It just says modern smartphones started in 2007 with the iPhone. I mean, it's true. I mean, there were things before that that were considered smartphones, but modern era smartphones, probably iPhone. Yeah. Also, I don't think I would forget about beans. But we can run them. Beans plugged. Done. Like the BlackBerry, like that was very much of it was a PDA and a phone in one, which at the time would be considered a smartphone.
I had a friend with a PDA,
but
and it had a little cat on it, and it would like
like
a Tamagotchi.
The iPhone is so much more advanced than these other things that it brought into a new era of phone technology. So. Okay, I may have forgotten beans before. It's fine. 500 Bits from Zay, the program, says, good morning. Woke up after being unable to figure out the problems in my programming assignment and turning it in, only to realize that finals are coming up. So my mind is now panicking, considering I'm not doing exactly well in one of my classes. Really needed a breakfast stream to help me breathe a bit.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. And again, taking a moment for yourself to relax is helpful. So I hope that this morning helps you relax a little bit. And I wish you well in your class. You know, sometimes whenever you're going through school, there's classes and subjects that, like, you're not great at. You're not going to be like the top of the class, but that's fine. There's other things that you'll excel at, and there's things that you're going to you just have to pass. And understanding that is actually sometimes helpful for people, because it's like, all right, I don't have to be the best at this particular thing. I just got to get through it. So I hope that you excel at many things, and for the things that you are struggling with, I hope you get through it with no problems, basically.
No one cares what I made in what grade I got in my history of interiors class. I passed it. Barely, but I passed it.
Yeah. Mech says, as we say in Norway, and I will not attempt to pronounce this, which I've heard translates to passing grades get degrees. Which is a good sentiment, honestly.
I think it's C's to get, yeah, thanks Night Owl. C's get degrees.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a good rhyming English thing. Armored Frog says, learning that you aren't the best at everything is a big first step as an adult. Yep. And like, there's, the thing is, as humans, we tend to excel at certain things. There's certain things that grab us, that we practice more, that we research more, and we get good at. But just the understanding that, like, there will be things that you're just like, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, E is the lowest passing grade here. A to F here has E. Neat. We skip E.
Yeah.
So bizarre, because we do A, B, C, D, and F.
Yeah.
Why we skip E? I have no idea. Couldn't tell you.
C is approximately a 70%.
Yeah, C is considered average. Although the grading scale here is also kind of odd, because you would think that from 0 to 100, average would be 50, but that's not how it works. Average is 70. Can't explain it. 300 bits from Will A. Peters, who says, my family got all over the place since we found out some of my family from my mom's side isn't fully related. My mom only halfway. Ah. I think it's learning that sort of thing is fun, though. Because you know.
Lindsay and I found out we're related.
Yeah.
Like, very distantly, of course, but...
Yeah.
When I was looking into family tree stuff, I was like, I cannot find anything else out about my great-great-grandma on this side of my family. And Lindsay's like, that maiden name, which I only found in one tiny spot, Lindsay's like, I have that name on my family tree, and it's a super rare Dutch name. Lindsay's like, not many people from, there have that last name.
Yeah.
And when we did the Ancestry test, like, on page 8 or something of my matches is Lindsay's mom, and on page 9 is Lindsay.
Yeah. So there's some relation.
Yeah.
I've been told before, and I assume it's true because it could make some sense, is that me and Austin are actually distantly related, which isn't that unusual because my parents and his parents are from the same area in Maryland.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, it seems reasonable to me. I could believe it. I just don't know how distantly it is.
Master Link says, what about Haley? Haley lived in a different part of Wisconsin than Lindsay and I did. Lindsay and I have been in school together since elementary school.
Yeah. Maybe one day I'll research more on things and find out. So
Maybe someday Austin will take the Ancestry test.
yeah, then maybe we'll come up. I mean, like, the problem is on my I don't know if for anyone else that's taken one of the DNA tests, I got a lot of information very, very quickly, and I didn't care about any of it. So I was getting emails all the time. It's like, we found a third cousin. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I can't remember my first cousin's names.
Unless it pops up, like, on the first page of matches, I'm like...
Yeah, the funniest thing, and I've told the story before, but we had taken the test, and then at some point later, my parents took the test, and because I never went into the system and said, yeah, okay, you guys know the story. I never said that we were related. It keeps coming up. It'll be like, I'm pretty sure we found your mom, and I'm like, who is it? They're like, this woman? Deborah? Is this your mom? And I'm like, yeah, it's my mom. But I've never confirmed that. So just every, usually I think it's like once a year, it just freaks out. It's like, hey, this person, we're really sure this is a parent. Like, really sure. The first time I got the email was actually really concerning because I didn't know like exactly what was happening. I got an email. It's like, we are 99% sure this is a parent. And when I got that email, I was like, what? So I clicked it, and when it comes up, it's like, this woman, Deborah. And I'm like, oh, that's because that is my mom. It's great. Anyway, Caitlin Rose Pavita gives a sub to Tiger413. Thank you, Caitlin. 30 bits from Satsy says, I remember older smartphones, but it's like saying, I remember old computers and that you had Windows 95 in your pocket for a while. Once we got color. It's been a fascinating journey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the crazy thing is that when you consider how quickly technology advances, there's a phrase for it like technology doubles every 9 months or something. I don't know how accurate that is or if that time span is shrinking, but it does feel true because, things are getting better and faster and smaller, and, what we're able to do with computers is just absolutely wild. And we're experiencing it in our own lifetimes. People who are my age that grew up with a computer that was running, 3.1 or 95, like that's huge. That's huge. Like the entire knowledge of humanity is just in our pockets at any point, and we can just like learn anything anytime now. Like, It's cool. It's really cool. I'm happy. I'm happy to be alive now, because I feel like it's a good time of like we're seeing technological advances that are really exciting. Would it be cool to be alive in 50 years? I mean, yeah. But is it cool to be alive now? Yeah. I think it's a good time. Anyway, 15 months from Toon Linky, thank you, and 11 months of Tier 3 Platinum Toast. From I Know How to Spell Karma says, my baby can nearly talk. Woo! Rugrats, here we come. I'm currently binge watching it on Hulu. That's right, they put it on there. And they're also making a new one. Making a little remake thing with a really interesting animation style. At some point, maybe we'll get a chance to see that. Anyway. Today
It's Thursday.
is Thursday. Bingo Battle started yesterday, if you haven't seen it. Our plan had been to do 2 bingo battles a day. Dan had a lot going on this week, so he wasn't able to get 4 bingo battles done. So
Morning, Tom.
So this week, we're doing 1 and 1. But hopefully next week we'll have
Multiple ones.
multiple. Also, morning, Tom.
I think Tom is letting out Manatee.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Seems reasonable.
I can't wait to meet Manatee. I love Manatee.
So yeah, bingo battle yesterday and today. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. we are doing new Pokemon Snap. Sincerely hope you'll join us. It should be a very fun stream. And a stream specifically, like being here live, I think will be very worthwhile. And then otherwise, that's it.
Yeah.
Next week is disc only.
Yeah.
On Tuesday. Next weekend is the Runaway Guys Coliseum, which is, a little alarming to me because there's still a lot to do, but it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Someone says, Manatee is a vet appointment today. I'm at Starbucks waiting for him. Okay.
Kepi has one tomorrow.
Yeah. Kepi,
They wanted to recheck his blood.
Yeah. Kepi's relaxed now. He won't be tomorrow. We gotta go see if he's over his pancreatitis. I can't really imagine a situation in which he's not.
Yeah.
Because we've really did everything we could probably do.
Yeah. Everything the vet suggested.
I mean, everything. He's on digest sensitive wet food and only wet food. It's been a very expensive month for cat food.
Yeah.
We've been giving him some
Probiotics.
probiotic powder
And a vitamin.
and a vitamin. So we've been doing all of that, and I'm like, I think
He likes it. He's
Yeah.
loved his new food.
so. I'm hopeful that he'll be good, but we'll find out. We'll find out soon. The sound of pet food font. Thank you, Satsy. That alert continues to be extremely alarming to me. Like, I thought that, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I thought that was alarming. It's equally as alarming. 19 months from Lixer, and it says, my second year of architecture school was almost over. Oh, you coming up finally?
Hi.
The stream's over. We're almost at the end.
Cutie.
Hi, bud. Second year of architecture school was almost over. Finals are next week, and I gotta tell y'all, I am so ready to finish.
Good luck.
And then you'll be done with year 2. It's exciting. Hi, bud. Again, you just showed up at the very end. We're gonna end the stream shortly, and then I'll be getting up. You spent the entire stream on the floor.
Or downstairs.
Yeah, he was downstairs for a lot of it. Anyway, hope your finals go well for you, and then of course everyone who's working through the end of the semester. 20 months from Decoy Troy. As someone who is over 60 first cousins
Wow.
and well over 100 second cousins, I'm probably related to nearly my entire hometown in some way. Part of the reason I moved away. Fair. It's completely fair. Yeah, I can't relate. I can't relate. I'd have a very very small family, and I'm not close.
I mean, if you went up to visit that area,
Yeah, I'm not close out of spite or hatred. I'm not close out of
you've just grown up
physical
out of
proximity.
state. Yeah.
Physical
I'm
proximity
just saying
is
you
far
would be
away.
related to a lot of people if you went up there.
I would.
Your family has been in that area
Oh
since
yeah.
forever. Like,
Yeah.
there's someone in your family that fought alongside Washington, like in the Revolutionary War, that
Don't I
settled
have someone in my family that's buried at the
Westminster.
Westminster?
Mm-hmm. 2 people.
Yeah, Mao found all this stuff out, and I was like, okay.
There's a painting from someone in your family.
Hanging up in some...
I don't know, like there's a old painting.
It's kind of neat. Anyway. All right. We'll wrap it up here. Thank you all for being here. And again, if you're free tomorrow night, we're not going to be doing Zelda, but we will be doing new Pokemon Snap. Should be a fun time. Really special stream with again, I said at the beginning, 900 new alerts.
Painting is not in the family rearward Drake.
900 new alerts. Oh, and as a reminder, because this will be the last breakfast stream I have to let you know about this, the Your Mom stuff will be leaving at the end of April, and that is soon.
Very soon.
So if you haven't picked up something from the Your Mom collection, the Your Mom collection is a fun thing to say. Do consider doing that soon. All right.
That's it?
That's it. I think we're good. I don't think I have anything else to announce.
No. I gotta go get the mail off the porch. I'm really excited. Something I ordered a month and a half ago is here today.
Oh. Cool. And Sassy says vlogs. Vlogs. I caught them up yesterday, so vlogs are caught up. I'll try and get yesterday's out today, and we'll see how far I get. And I'm actually I'm close. I'm close on the next 2 2018 vlogs. Whether I get them out before the weekends, I don't know. But one of them's done, and I have another one done, and I'm almost done. And I'm trying to finish it up, but I'm juggling a lot. And I tell you, man, this the stuff I'm working on for Coliseum.
I'm very excited for.
I'm excited, but like only having a week left is it's alarming.
Yeah.
It's a little alarming. All right, y'all have a great Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow night for new Pokemon Snap.
Hope you join us.
And I hope you'll be there.